So we're almost set. Lincoln McLutchie for Hawke's Bay. The first Ranfurly Shield challenge of 2021 at McLean Park.
Right, sorry.
Right, let's go, boys. Get up.
Stay behind.
And Lincoln McLutchie gets us underway on a chilly night and hanging high over North Otago's 22. And some good contact early. Mosisi Aho, the number 8, taking it outside the red zone for North Otago. McCarthy puts a low kick down the field and it finds that man Lincoln McLutchie again, weighs up his options, decides to step off the right foot and run straight into North Otago's defence. And now Connor McLeod looks to set up some play. A good carry there from Josh Kaifa in the number 8 jersey for North Otago. The Hawke's Bay, I should say, McLeod away to McLutchie, cut out ball. Now they look to get it going down this left wing touch. Now Parsons. McLeod. Again over to Jacob DEVERY. And waiting there is Elijah Martin. Now Jason Long, 8th season with Hawke's Bay. McLutchie floats the ball again over to Mason Emerson. Dangerous man on his feet. Mason Emerson in the 11 jersey. Now it's Joel Hintz. All that experience, but the penalty goes the way of North Otago. The player was holding on, and that's not a bad start, Mills, for the visitors.
Yeah, nice start, wasn't it? It just looked like Hawke's Bay were starting to get their systems in place, and nice bit of contact, but earlier on as well, from the centre from North Otago, Hayden Todd on McLutchie. They look nice and patient through the challenges, in over the ball. He sniped it out.
So Sam Sturgis, 3rd challenge in 3 years for the hooker and the captain of North Otago. And nice confident take in the middle of the line out. First up. And North Otago, what have they got on attack here? Matthews away to McCarthy, and again, that flat kick down to the back 3 of Hawke's Bay.
Stay here, Black. Stay Black.
And Nolangi Visinia gets the clearance. Well, they'll take that, Mills Molina, I think.
They would. It's been on the screen. North Otago. I think it's a fairly good start from the away side as well.
This time, Mosisi Aho goes up. Now McCarthy. Oh, just going in behind the man Levo Artingan. Hacked through from KIENAN Higgins. He's on the ball. He's going to score a try. On debut. Well, he's been a standout in Hawke's Bay Club Rugby. KIENAN Higgins. And he gets the opening try of the evening.
Oh, just unfortunate, wasn't it, for North Otago? It was a very, very deep ball from their starter move. Everything was right up until the pass here. Look at their setup. He just slips over. And the Hawke's Bay defence come through. Nice little toe ahead as well. So that was a nice bit of skill execution. It just bounces up. Beautifully done.
Well, KIENAN Higgins out of St. Pat's Silverstream, a star for them in schoolboy rugby, part of their title-winning side in 2017. And as we said, as McLutchie sends it through, he's been in fine form in the local club comp. KIENAN Higgins, 3 tries for Taradale in the Nash Cup, final against Hastings, and he's put Hawke's Bay on the board first at McLean Park. McCarthy once more. They made a reasonably clean start, just that error and the hack through leading to the try. Ball's not out, so Mosisi Aho will send it to Matoroa Maui, the fullback here just over the 10-metre line in Hawke's Bay's territory. And Kilipi Funaki, the loose head, waiting there as Miliki saw Kalini Sao, the big tight head. Oh, nice little snipe off the ruck from Jake Matthews. Now playing halfback here is Ollie Kinzet. And Daniela Samita, and he's played for Tonga in sevens. Hungry here, North Otago, Tony Taufa. And some good phase building, 8th phase for the challengers. And all up smartly, Denon Robinson Bartlett at centre tonight for Hawke's Bay on debut. Kilipi Funaki again, plenty of work early for the loose head. Kalini Sao once more, good power through the legs from the tight head. And presents it for Jake Matthews once more. They'll be happy with this. North Otago making some inroads. And McCarthy floats it. And then once more for Matthews. McCarthy. Now, this man we mentioned in the build-up, Levi Artinga, he's well taken care of, and Hawke's Bay over the ball. I think that's hits on it. And they've got a turnover. Well, a clear picture for the referee, and there's the turnover for Hawke's Bay.
Well, it's a turnover as well, but they look very patient to the Hawke's Bay defence. Although North Otago are holding on to the ball, they just seem a little bit lateral and going in individually, and then there's a slight little gap in between their support players and the ball carrier, and that's where Hawke's Bay are being patient. So they're not under too much stress at the moment because everything's all on the individual. Have a look at that work over the ball, and they're just a little bit slow. If they can quicken up that speed of the ruck, they'll put Hawke's Bay under a bit more pressure, I'd say.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
First scrum of the evening, Colin McLeod. Yeah, a bit of pressure coming from Hawke's Bay. It's under the feet of Kaifa. And going onto the ball there is Jake Matthews. But the referee says, sorry, you can't do that. And again, Hawke's Bay will have another chance to get some territory.
He came through nicely, didn't he, Matthews? Fairly slippery, the ball spat out, he got onto it. But equally as well, was his opposite in getting over the ball.
Devery and Tom Parsons goes up. It was a treat last year, wasn't it? Hawke's Bay's line out, the rolling maul, and you think about the players that they have to come back, and the Bunnings NPC. Over the ball, North Otago, and Daniela Samita thought he'd won the turnover. And a chance here for Lincoln McLutchie. Have a shot at goal or plug the corner. He's going for the latter.
No. Just direct you.
Yeah, scary, isn't it, Mills, when you think about the talent to come back for Hawke's Bay this year?
They've certainly got some depth, haven't they? Guys out there, and you talk about Gareth Evans on the sideline, guys coming back to the Bunnings Cup. Some fairly experienced players, so they'll be happy with that.
Well, the man in the 2 jersey this year will be Ash Dixon when he returns. At the moment, it's Jacob Devery, and a clean line out for the holders here. And if they can get this going tonight, we know how devastating it can be. This rolling Magpies ball. I've got the advantage here. That one against Manuela Taiti. Connor McLeod wants it, and a penalty try to Hawke's Bay. Well, the referee had seen enough. And that's an automatic 7. A huge blow for North Otago. And they'll lose a player too. Manuela Taiti will go to the bin.
It's a double whammy for North Otago, wasn't it? It was always destined for a try. He brought that driving maul down, but this is exactly what Hawke's Bay wanting to do is just take that zing out of their forward pack. They've got a big forward pack here at North Otago. Look at how nicely it was set up. They tried to take it down initially, but they were still up, out at the back with DEVERY. They set it up again nicely, and here's where they get that little bit of a shunt on. North Otago try to come in from that side, but what it also does is that there's pressure on the backs as well because it's now split. And have a look as they keep going here. And then he comes off the side. Yeah, there he goes. So that was fairly cynical. Great call from the referee.
Manulua Taiti out of the old boys club. And I'm sure the boys at the club back in North Otago will be giving him a bit of stick for that. 14 points to 0. Hawke's Bay with the lead, 10 into this one as McCarthy will restart once more down in McLuckie. And not much angle to work with. It's not a bad kick in the end from Lincoln McLuckie. Part of that wonderful Hastings boys side, of course, that won the title, the national title in 2017. Sturgis goes to the back and they can't take it, but Tom Parsons can. Now Elijah Martin, another one of these players for Hawke's Bay on debut tonight. He's been involved for a while, but a well-deserved crack in the number 4 jersey for Elijah Martin. McLuckie again, a cut-out ball to Emerson. He's so dangerous on his feet, Mason Emerson. Well, a star on the sprint track at school. You can't give him too much room to move.
And he hasn't got much on him as well, but he's got some twinkle toes too. And he snipes out a little wee gap and he just accelerates out.
Some moustache too for Mason Emerson. Sturgis in again, and they do manage to win the line out. Sturgis cleans it up, and Parsons tries to get over the ball, but there for Jake Matthews. And I just want to try and stop the bleeding here a bit, North Otago at the moment. It's Kalini Sao again. A few touches already tonight for the tight head. And Matthews, little trick ball around the back. He's playing the penalty advantage though, the referee. So they'll breathe a sigh of relief here, North Otago and Ben McCarthy. And speaking of Ben's, we've got a Ben Castle sideline. G'day, Ben.
Hello, Jeff. I'm here. You can hear me loud and clear.
Yeah, we've got you. Had a few comms issues, but great to have BC with us. And this is...
yeah, well, yeah, North Otago, 15 challenges at Ranfurly Shield, and we've had plenty down here on sideline, but we're here at Ranfurly Shield. Very exciting for these two sides. First one from Hawke's Bay, set piece. Here we go.
Sturgis again, a little bit untidy. That is there for Mosisi Aho. Get out of my way, he says. Big man in the number 8 jersey. And Matthews. The low numbers in the wide channels at the moment for North Otago as Funaki goes to ground. Matthews again. Well, the oldest trick in the book from the halfback.
Good steal there. No advantage, number 1 offside. 1 offside.
And he was playing the offside advantage. So some sharp work from Jake Matthews winning the penalty. And after the pressure they've been under, Mills, not a bad result for North Otago.
Well, they're down on the scoreboard, but they have applied a bit of pressure apart from those 2 tries when they've had ball in hand. I just wonder, particularly from set piece, how deep they go.
Here it is. So North Otago untidy once more, but it'll be presented for Matthews. And McCarthy just hesitates and throws it in behind Samita. And again, we've seen this earlier in the game. Hacked through from McLuckie and chasing back McCarthy. He's got some toe on him here, Ben McCarthy. And he does well to get outside his 22. Fantastic work from the former St Kevin's College student. And trying to put pressure on at ruck time, Hawke's Bay. Now it's there for Daniela Samita. He bangs it straight down the middle of the park. And don't give this man, Lolangi Visinia, too much room, because he can cut you to pieces. Oana Mason Emerson. And Levi Tinga goes in to make the tackle for North Otago. Now Jason Long, the veteran. Now KIENAN Higgins waits off the McLutchie pass and finally gets it, the second 5'8". He's taken a ground by Kalini Sol. There for McLeod. Now Josh Kofa. Ball loose. Higgins, it's driven and a good tackle, Tony Tolfa. Ninth phase for Hawke's Bay's McLutchie. Goes to Jacob DEVERY. Over the ball, North Otago, Matthew Duff. No, they can't win it. Oh, little flick pass, beautiful, Elijah Martin. And Higgins tries to run onto a flat ball, but Connor McLeod has to take it to the line himself. Now Martin, 13 phases, and the referee calls obstruction.
Yeah, their ball carriers a lot cleaner, aren't they? Not rolling away. The intensity of the clean-outs as well from the Hawke's Bay team, fairly accurate. So when it gets to that sort of unstructured play, they're more than happy to roll up their sleeves.
What do you made of the first 16, BC?
And this is just the 6th ever meeting between Hawke's Bay and North Otago. Hawke's Bay has won all 5 of the previous matches, scoring 150.
So just take an injury break here for Ollie Kinzet, former captain of Waitaki Boys, first 15. And Matthew Duff thought he was over it there, but
North Otago, time's going back on now.
he was playing advantage, the referee. Player wasn't rolling.
Okay, time's going back on. Tackle not rolling. Yeah, you're good.
Well, looking forward to this one, Mills. The Māori All Blacks, Manu Samoa, Saturday afternoon at Mount Smart. And the All Blacks and Tonga International Rugby's back.
Oh, it certainly is, isn't it? Double header at Mount Smart. So get along there and watch your Pacific Island brothers, and of course the All Blacks and the Māori All Blacks. Tickets are still available. Get down and purchase them.
DEVERY in for Parsons. And usually pretty short odds for Hawke's Bay here. Rolling towards the line, looking for another one, and they've got it. Hawke's Bay get their third. Jason Long.
Oh, North Otago, one in the bin. Taiti scored another one. Nice set piece. Once again, the drive. Jason Long. He didn't want to let that ball go. I think someone was trying to get it off him from the back, and he just ripped it forward. There it is. Well, they had no opposition, really, and they had the ascendancy going forward. Look how low their body heights are. And as he gets it back long here, well, look at that, trying to move it back. He doesn't want any of that. Over he goes.
Well, just the body position from that forward pack of Hawke's Bay. The Magpies is such a hallmark of the way they play the game. They like to go to that sideline to bring that ball down, and you watch just Joel Hintz at the front of that drive, just fending players away. You see McLutchie. No mistake with the set piece of this team. Hawke's Bay, such a strength of theirs in any game, no matter the opposition. If you take that set piece away from the opposition, you're going to be strong. Seeing Tian Falcon there on the sideline, nice to see him back.
Well, Manulua Taiti in the bin, and North Otago have paid the price. The penalty try, and earlier a try to KIENAN Higgins. And McLutchie, familiar position once more. This one's not out. And Aho sets off on a run. Mosisi Aho, he's taken round the ankles by Hintz. Out to the back line for North Otago. McCarthy trying to spark something. One of their danger men, Levi Artinga. Ball goes backwards to Ataroa Maui. 10-metre line in Hawke's Bay territory. Now Tony Taufa, the blindside ball, spits backwards. And it is there for Matthews, former product of Waitaki Boys, out of the Valley Club. And some nice play building here for North Otago through Ole Kinzet. Taufa again, little pass away, Kalini Sal. Oh, just can't hold on, North Otago in the phase. And it's there for McLeod now. And now DEVERY once more. He's had a few runs tonight, the hooker one off. And Visi Nia in midfield. Now Higgins again, lovely ball out to the wing here for TUITAVUKI. Flat ball from McLeod to Visi Nia. Now Parsons, a good take off the ground from Lincoln McLutchie. Now Emerson, oh, big hit coming in there from Sione Fa'oso. But the referee's got North Otago for a high tackle here. Hey, Josh Gimblett puts his head down. Now McLutchie delayed the pass for a moment, and now Higgins goes to ground. Pass Tom Parsons again, DEVERY, he's been strong, and Jason Long goes straight through.
Oh, beautifully done from Hawke's Bay. Nice patient build-up. They're sighting their support players, they're winning the contact. And when they're winning that contact, they're freeing it up. Emerson, while he goes out wide, he's an advantage being played for a high tackle. But have a look at everyone else over here. Look at this, DEVERY. Gets over, that's a back. Nice little offload, a palm off, and over he goes for his double.
Well, great to see a loose head prop running like a back, just phase after phase after phase. Hawke's Bay over that advantage line, plenty of options as well for Connor McLeod at 9. He could have hit 1 or 2 or 3 of those players coming at the ball, and they're coming from depth and at pace. And just a team of this class and plenty of power on the bench as well to come, but a team of this class and make it look easy.
75% off the tee last season for Lincoln McLutchie. No mistakes there.
Well, we're just seeing the finish here. Every couple of bump offs, but everyone just seems to know their roles, don't they? If they're becoming a sacrificial runner, they're coming through, they're going back out and cleaning that ruck. And you're just noticing the difference in levels in terms of that support play, and the support players getting in and cleaning out those rucks at the moment. North Otago, they're just a little bit behind that 8 ball in terms of getting that support player in to clean those rucks.
And off the side of the boot. Skied, and it's into touch. Not the greatest kick from Denon Robinson Bartlett. But a comfortable lead. 22 minutes into this first half for Hawke's Bay.
6, 2, 7, 5.
Sturgis, again, they do get it. It's there for Matthews. And keeping it tight off the ruck here through Funaki. They go back blindside through Taufa. He's taken a ground by Martin. And Matthews, little snipe off the ruck. Jake Matthews in space. Oh, he can't get around Mason Emerson. And the ball has been lost forward, but just for a moment, Jake Matthews was almost over for North Otago.
Oh, he just needed to hold on to that, didn't he? He didn't need the offload. done everything right. He sold the dummy. Look at this, big dummy on the inside. He does a nice little wee step. He needed to be patient here. He had support players here to clean the ruck. Wanted to get that offload. Hard work for Duff to clean that up.
A talented player, Jake Matthews. Also very handy in the number 10 jumper. A defensive scrum here for Hawke's Bay, and there's that pressure. Brilliant work at scrum time from Hawke's Bay, and Kaifa away to McLeod down the short side. Emerson. No one's getting past Sione also in the 11 jumper, but we'll come back for the penalty. Just the power difference there, Ben Castle, between these packs.
Well, not bad. I mean, you can relieve pressure like that by using your forwards on your own scrum inside your own 22. Technique. Look how low their locks are in terms of their pushing. They're a lot lower than North Otago, and that's where all the thrust in your engine, the engine room, and the power comes from.
Down to Parsons, and McLeod sends this one up from the line out. Bounces awkward for Far also. And now KIENAN Higgins cleans it up in the number 12 jersey. On debut, cut out ball for DEVERY. He's taken to ground by Kinzet. Inside North Otago's 22, a nice flat ball. Parsons running onto it. Now Jason Long at first receiver. Nothing too fancy from the loose head. Straight up the centre. And McLutchie, little ball along the ground for Sinia chasing through. And Levi Artinga just nurses that one into touch.
Nicely done by Artinga, but beautifully seen here. Yeah, he obviously called it. McLutchie just overcooked it.
So what's happening with everything here? What are these?
Hold back, hold back, hold back.
McCarthy. And down as far as McLutchie again. Going left, Parsons was waiting, but Joel Hintz has it. And over the ball, Sturgis, told to leave it by the referee. McLutchie, little decoy runner for Sinia. Off to TREMAIN, Will TREMAIN in space. Oh, massive hit from Mataroa Maui, and TREMAIN is down. And the flag is up. But what a hit from Mataroa Maui on Will TREMAIN.
I'll tell you what, two things here. The speed of Will TREMAIN. He looked like a back when he burst through that hole. And just as he looked up, as we see, look at this. It's a back in front of him. But how about this later? Oh my goodness, that was a hit.
Well, Will TREMAIN has made a well-documented comeback from injury. But that is just a pure hit from number 15, the fullback for North Otago, Mataroa Maui. Out of the Cook Islands. He played for the Randwick club in Sydney before he moved to Oamaru. Got a chance with North Otago and Jason Forrest's side. And that really is what they've had to do, North Otago. They recruited players overseas in the past, but of course the Heartland Championship cancelled last year. Jason Forrest went up to Auckland, checked out the Super Club competition and got some pretty good talent in the likes of Levi Artinga, Owen Davey on the bench tonight, and Abel Magalogo, who was named to start, well, was to start in the number 10 jersey for North Otago, a standout in their club competition. but unfortunately got injured just before this game in club footy. So Ben McCarthy was slotting in at 10.
Time's back on. So, you're on the end of the line.
But it is Hawke's Bay in control of the Shield Challenge.
Belly! Yeah! Second job!
Out they go. Alua Taiti back on the park in the number 5 jersey. Taufa. In fact, it's Mosisi Aho. Just a wrestle past the Hawke's Bay defence. Really rolling their sleeves up here. Taufa out of the old boys club, down the blind side. Artinga hasn't had too much space tonight. Levi Artinga. Just content to keep it tight here. Down the short side again. Throw Duff. And just breaking through North Otago. Patient play. There's the intercept, though, from Mason Emerson. And he was almost through the number 11, but they'll win the penalty. Hawke's Bay hands in the ruck.
Oh, they're just getting a little bit overexcited when they make that break, aren't they, North Otago? Nice patient build-up from their forwards, some great carries. Just that ball over the top. Here it is here. It was a brilliant break, nice ball. Sucked in some of the defenders and the ball over the top. Well, he just needed to carry that. Got in between the passing channel.
DEVERY, they send up Elijah Martin. And here they go again, Hawke's Bay. It's organised. Have to be careful here, North Otago. Driving through, DEVERY. Turnover. Well, last time it resulted in a penalty try. That's better work close to the goal line from North Otago.
Much better work. Particularly from their locks. They got in there and disrupted. Hawke's Bay, well, they were protesting. They were trying to bring it down. There were a few bodies on the ground, but North Otago will be happy with that. 5 metres out from their own line. The big scare now is how good their scrum's going to be, because down the other end, Hawke's Bay forwards, well, they just overpowered them, didn't they?
Well, they warmed up for this with a good win over King Country in the Maroon and Gold Cup in Oamaru on Queen's birthday, but this, a different level, Ranfurly Shield Rugby. And for some of these players, the biggest occasion of their careers. And stable enough scrum from North Otago. Todd, one-time player for Otago, tries to break through.
Stay forward. Yeah, go.
And the clearance sent down. Good clearance too by North Otago. And now Lolangi Visinia weighs up his options. Part of the Hurricanes this year, made his debut for the club at Super Rugby Trans-Tasman. And here comes Lolangi Visinia down the left wing, in space, and we won't be stopped from there. Lolangi Visinia, and easy as you like, he scores another for Hawke's Bay.
Well, he ends up just strolling over. But he had a nice kick. Todd was isolated, decided to have a little wee go, but it was the strength really of Visinia. One-on-one, look at this here. They ripped it off him, and there was just no one in front of him. The fullback, well, he just strolls over for another Hawke's Bay try.
Played primarily on the wing last year for Hawke's Bay, with Kurt Baker, of course, part of the Olympic 7 setup. Visinia at fullback tonight. And not a bad player to have there. 5 tries last season. And a vastly experienced player too. Only in his late 20s, but of course, plenty of experience at the Blues and overseas as well. McLutchie on the angle. Fading, but he does make it. So Hawke's Bay continue their charge in this Ranfurly Shield match. 35 points to 0 now over North Otago. There'll be a different pace of the game for these North Otago players, Mills.
You certainly can't fault the effort, are they? They're certainly trying. The carries are really good. They're carrying with aggression at the moment. It's just the combination, really, the forward pack, especially from Hawke's Bay, that are just dominating it.
Parsons takes the high restart.
Use it.
McLeod puts the box kick up. Oh, Emerson does well in traffic, the left wing. Now DEVERY finds himself in midfield. Thought about the pass, but straight into the defence now. McLeod again. And down as far as Shone Faoso. 3 defenders on him. And TREMAIN, well, he's shaken off that huge hit from Mataroa Maui. Tries to get over the ball. But therefore, Sturgis, the captain. Hawke's Bay are on the ball. Parsons, he's told to leave it. So there for Matthews. And they go down this blind side through Taufa. Again, they've been happy to use their front row forwards, one off the ruck, to build a bit of momentum. Up on the line, Maui and McCarthy. Tackle behind the advantage line. Just keen to play some phase rugby. North Otago at the moment. Mosese Aho has looked likely in the number 8 jersey, but the defence has been sound from Hawke's Bay. Martin trying to get over the ball. Playing in their own half here. Matthews down the short side once more. Kalini Sol. 11 phases for the old Golds. Just happy to play with the footy, and now McCarthy will send it down, and he finds McLutchie once more. He puts a low flat kick down to this right wing for North Otago, and Mataroa Maui just loses it forward. And there'll be no advantage there, so we'll come back, and after all of that, 13 odd phases, North Otago back in their half.
I'm really impressed with the Hawke's Bay defence at the moment. Their decision-making at the breakdown, you'll notice they'll go on and make a tackle, but then they get back up on their feet and they're spreading out. And there's actually more North Otago players at the breakdown protecting that ball than what there is defenders. So when the next phase comes up, they're just going up there in numbers and double teaming, which is slowing up the North Otago ball again. So decision-making at the moment from the Hawke's Bay defensive has been outstanding.
It certainly moved around last year, the Ranfurly Shield. But Hawke's Bay en route to that championship final victory over Northland were outstanding in staving off the challenges of Northland, Manawatu and Wellington. Again, pressure coming from Hawke's Bay. Better from North Otago, though, and Robertson Bartlett. Little play in midfield. Visinia puts the grubber kick through. McLutchie chasing. Oh, Lincoln McLutchie just loses it forward.
Just knocking it on, wasn't it? Nicely set up. It was a great option here, Visinia, as the fullback Maui had come up. McLutchie shows some great pace to get across. Just not getting the bounce he wanted.
this one here. Hold on. Shoelace.
So happy to take a breather. North Otago. Hawke's Bay good for that 35-point lead. And you'd expect Mills, the benches, both sides to get a good run in the second half.
Yeah, you'd think so, wouldn't you? Certainly from a Hawke's Bay point of view. Fairly hefty lead, but when you say that, you know, North Otago, they won't want to give up. The scrum here, really important for them. They're in their own 22, just before the break. Just need a steady sweep and get to the back of the number 8's feet.
We'll get some height up, okay? Let's get his head and shoulders up. Yeah, well, that's why he's been told the same thing. Yeah, it's up.
Here we are, let's go, go! Heads on! Here we go now, so we can get low, brother.
Sit and hold, eh?
Blocks!
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Matthews, and it goes down. Just looking to get it out. I'll go through a reset. Well, it's centre tonight for North Otago. Hayden Todd in the back of the shot there. One game for Otago in 2019. And that was against North Otago when Otago defended the Ranfurly Shield. So in that unusual position of playing for North Otago tonight.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Quick smart out the back there for Mosisi Aho, and off he goes, the number 8. Keen on the contact.
Stay here.
A good carry from the loose forward, and there's the clearance. As the hooter goes for half-time at McLean Park. Mason Emerson still keen to play with the footy. Now Lolangi Visinia bumps off Daniela Samita. And long hints Devery in the wide channel, taking him down. Kolini Sale, good tackle from the tight head. Good recycle here for Hawke's Bay. McLutchie, Mason Emerson, will TREMAIN again. Now this time it's a copybook tackle from McCarthy around the bootlaces that brings him down. And Josh Gimblett, one of the debutants tonight in the 6th jersey, short side look for McLeod, and they do eventually get it to ANZELO TUITAVUKI. Flying onto it, Visinia. North Otago doing well, the loose forwards, to get over the ball, but the referee told them to leave it.
Hold the ball! Hold the ball!
And hands in the ruck from the visitors.
Yeah, and you'd think they'll go to the corner for this, won't they? This could even look like it came in from the side, so hands in the ruck. There was a ruck fall. More pressure just before the break for North Otago.
Devery. Out goes Parsons, the veteran. 7th season for Hawke's Bay. They try it again and they score. And it is that man in his 7th season wearing the captain's armband, Tom Parsons.
Well, it was a very odd defensive effort from North Otago. They didn't contest, and as they come down, none of them went in to try and make the tackle, but the problem they had, so it wasn't a maul. They needed the number 4. He came around a bit late to try and get in on that ball. So in the end, they basically just walked over and scored another try.
Outstanding last year in the air for Hawke's Bay. Huge part of that driving maul. Lincoln McLutchie to add a couple more, try and make it 42 points to 0 at the split. McLutchie sends it through. Outstanding first half display from the holders, Hawke's Bay, in this Ranfurly Shield challenge. At the break here at McLean Park, they lead North Otago 42 points to 0. Carter and the North Otago coaching staff as Ben McCarthy gets the second half underway, all in front of North Otago, and in front of them there was Gareth Evans, the one test All Black off the bench. Plenty of firepower on there for Mark Ozic to bring off. And down as far as McCarthy thought about going left, then decided to go straight into traffic. And Matthews told to go right by his teammates, and he goes through Kalipu Funaki. Screaming for the ball, Hawke's Bay, and they win the turnover.
Yeah, good start to the second half from Hawke's Bay. Some nice bit of work on the defence. So just continuing that on from that first half, aren't they? Just spreading out, winning the contact, double teaming some of those big forwards from the North Otago pack. And then they're getting slightly isolated or right behind the advantage line, and then they're just getting in there, getting over the ball.
A couple of changes at half-time for Hawke's Bay. Danny Toala on the park, and the number 23 jersey for Denon Robinson Bartlett in the midfield. And will TREMAIN taking a breather. Who could blame him after that knock from Mataroa Maui? With Gareth Evans on the park, and there's a tidy take from Elijah Martin. And if they could do this all day, they would. Hawke's Bay, and it's looking pretty good again. Once more inside North Otago's 22. At the back with Josh Kaifa. Yeah, slips it back to Long. 10 metres out here. The referee asking his assistants whether to award the advantage, but they don't need it at the moment. And now DEVERY 5 metres out. Danny Toala. Touch for the Hurricanes utility. McLeod working away to the right here. Long looking for a third try. He's close, he's just short. McLeod flinging it wide, and Hawke's Bay are over. Easy as you like, and this time it's Jacob DEVERY who scores it.
And a deserved try too for DEVERY, because he's been in the thick of things out wide, in amongst the mauls. It was brilliantly defended, well, a hearty defended ball from North Otago, but then it was just a nice wee balance here from the Hawke's Bay team. Just to be nice and patient. Long, he was just short there, but how about this here? DEVERY gets it on his, just above him, on his shoulder. Yeah, a lot of work to do to come down, and over he goes. Second half try.
So 2 to Jason Long, 1 to Parsons. Now DEVERY in on the action. 4 of their 6 tries in the forward pack. McLutchie. He's kicking well tonight, Lincoln McLutchie. And good to see Mills, the North Otago faithful who made the trip to Napier, still having a good time, and I spy a couple of refreshments there too.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it? And yeah, have to say their team is absolutely giving it their 100% effort, aren't they? They'll learn from this. You've got to remember, this is a Hawke's Bay team that their strength is their maul. So they've dealt to a number of teams doing that, and at the moment Hawke's Bay are giving it their all. Sorry, that North Otago, should I say.
It's gone 10 minutes.
It's gone 10, and
You're on the line.
that'll be a line out. Hawke's Bay on their 10-metre line.
Set. A-N-T-S.
DEVERY sends it in. Parsons Gets it back to Kiefer. Been a standout in the local competition here in Hawke's Bay, Josh Kiefer.
Stay in front. Stay.
Couple of seasons with Auckland. And a handy player too, can play anywhere in the loose. And a well-deserved start again tonight in the 8 jersey. Oh, look at that from Hawke's Bay, brilliant. And ANZELO TUITAVUKI, big smile on his face, and why not? Those sort of tries don't come along every day.
They certainly don't, do they? It was a great kick by Matthews, nice and high, but he found space, and Artinga, he just couldn't handle it, couldn't get under it. It bounced, he fell over his own man, and then it just popped up. And just as easy as that, but reward also for chasing a box kick.
Another one of these players, ANZELO TUITAVUKI, to come out of a very talented Hawke's Bay Academy, headed by Jason Schumark. He was an injury replacement last year in Mitre 10 Cup Rugby. And he's on the board in what is a very convincing first up Shield defence by the Magpies. McLutchie again, and this time it's away to the left. Well, he's gone on the longest pie run in history, Ben Castle, but we think we might have him back sideline, BC.
Well, I think I'm just hearing you talk about the academy system that they have, and it is very strong. You see Lincoln McLutchie, the one at 10 there, he's been part of this program for such a long time. But Jeff, the Pies have been good, I must say.
Mataroa with the restart. And trying to hold the player up there is Manulua Taiti. Now wait, Toala to Visinia. Alalangi Visinia sends it high and down to McCarthy inside the 22. And that one looked like it floated forward, but flat. And Artinga, who hasn't had too much space, one of their danger men on the right wing. Matthews off to Kilipi Funaki. Well, the scoreboard might not reflect it, but some of their phase play has been fairly tidy. North Otago just lacking the ability to break the seam and get that punch through. The quality of a side like Hawke's Bay can do to you. Yeah, they go through that man again. Manulua Taiti out of the Old Boys Club. 6 phases for the visitors. Funaki, his 4th season with North Otago. And swamped there was Jake Matthews. But the ball is recycled by the Old Golds. And Taiti tries to free the arms. Evans goes looking for the ball, makes the tackle.
Knock on by the 9.
But the ball has been lost forward.
Yeah, just knocked on. And you notice...
Well, Mills, you mentioned it around that.
Subs for Hawke's Bay, 1, 3 and 9.
More substitutions here at Hawke's Bay. Number Tahiwa, number 17.
And,
Joe
goal 10
Apakatoa, number 18. Number 21, Zach Donaldson. There's a try scorer, Jason Long. He's making his way back. Good shift from him, especially up front and in the loose.
Okay.
North Otago, number 22, Alapate Tuipoloto. He has joined the field for the Old Golds. He's replaced Ben McCarthy. Good shift from Joel Hintz as well.
It has been a good shift, and as you say, a few substitutions, but you're just noticing also the difference in intensity, the difference in decision making, the ball carrying, and the systems as well.
So Owen Davey.
Well, one of those systems, Mills, is absolutely the scrum here. Big difference in power here across their set piece. Their line-out's been very strong, led by their captain Parsons in that middle row. But just their set piece, and Mills, you've mentioned it, around their defence has been so good. They know when to attack that ball at the breakdown. They know who is taking each player in the channel. And this player here, Lincoln McLutchie, he's had a lot of front foot ball tonight, but you've still got to do a lot with it. He's been very good.
So Zach Donaldson, replacement halfback on the field for Hawke's Bay. McLutchie, cut out ball, and a big wide pass here. ANZELO TUITAVUKI tries to put the footwork on, does brilliantly. And he just tried to free it to Lolangi Visinia. But into touch go Hawke's Bay.
This is what you want to see, don't you? Your one-on-ones. Your wingers having that little wing crack. Nice little ball on the outside. Beating his man on the outside as well. And then getting hit.
There's some substitutions here. Number 16, Jake Glenslade. He is on for number 8, Mosesi Aho. And number 20, Blake Welsh. He comes onto the park for Manalua Taiti.
And it goes, and untidy, but there for North Otago. And Matthews again keeping it tight through Tony Taufa. A few touches tonight too for that man, Kelipu Funaki. Well, this will be a great workout for the Meads Cup champions, albeit on the side of a big score at the moment, the wrong side. But they'll keep trying to take it to this Hawke's Bay team. Taniela Samita, another one of those players, a sprinkle of quality in Jason Forrest's side. Some rep sevens for Tonga, the World Series, the World Cup. They need to find a clearance here though. And Matthews will get it back to the man in the pocket, Hayden Todd. And he scrambles the clearance to centre.
Well, it's such a tough one, isn't it? We mentioned it before, the decision-making of the Hawke's Bay team, but also without losing a lot of men into those sort of rucks, nailing it, and they're coming back and they're being double-teamed. Just want a nice little tip-on ball, just to try and, you know, get them out of that sort of troubled area that's working into the Hawke's Bay side, and try and go wide. That's what the North Otago team need.
Evans goes up at the front for the Magpies. Kaifa passes off to TUITAVUKI. Up in the line from his wing, and now Elijah Martin, a debutant, crashing just 5 metres out. Brilliant line, brilliant ball, and Lolangi Visinia gets 2.
You said it. Brilliant line, outstanding ball, but the speed of the ruck also allowed him to be able to do that because they were going backwards. Here we go, nice carry here. Have a look at the speed of the ball here. Visinia comes right from outside in, catches him off guard, and he goes straight under the post, does the fullback.
Yeah, great carry, wasn't it, from Elijah Martin, the captain out of Napier Tech. He got them over the advantage line, a good fend as well, and good strong drive, and then Mills, good number 15, just coming right off that line, hitting that ball at pace, and that defence of North Otago just not there, ready for it.
No mistakes.
There is Keenan Higgins.
Yeah, good shift tonight for Keenan Higgins.
He's finished his night. Yeah, very good. They've also made a substitution at hooker, and that is Gene Symington. He's on debut. He was at the Turbos last year. It was Gene, number 16.
Yeah, 5 games for Manawatu. Gene Symington. A good game for Jacob DEVERY at hooker. And Josh Gimblett, man out of Napier Boys High School, also on debut tonight. And really starting to carry with confidence, run with confidence. The new man, Ollie Sapsford, on the field for Hawke's Bay.
Here. High tackle.
And a high tackle against North Otago.
What a good shot on him, and just really high, wasn't it? I also like the way Hawke's Bay are going about their business now. They're having a little look at some different options. Dominated them all. They're going out wide, a few tip balls going in behind, and using their wide runners to try and find some space.
Well, the luxury of the bench as well. The Hawke's Bay Magpies have the players they've brought on of super rugby quality. We talked about Gareth Evans, All Black number 1179. He comes on. Saps fit into that midfield, part of the All Black Sevens program. Plenty of depth.
That one is loose. Backwards the call though from Hawke's Bay. And driving forward, Jake Greenslade for North Otago. And just looking to play with a bit of space and width. Haven't had much of it tonight. The old Golds. Matthews. Looking to work it short side through Ollie Kinzet. But Hawke's Bay, the pats on the back. Going to Gareth Evans. Well, Gareth Evans, of course, turning out for the Hurricanes again this year, coming back from ankle reconstruction. And great to see the form he has been in. He'll be huge this year in Bunnings NPC for Hawke's Bay, that's for sure.
He's so instrumental, isn't he, to their team. When you think about guys like Ash Dixon as well to come back, their leadership, particularly from the guys here on your screen. Gareth Evans, he's an All Black, but how good is it also for North Otago to be able to mix it up against guys like this? And although the score's blown out a little bit, it's still a special moment for some of these North Otago players.
Not straight from Gene Simonson.
Hey. No, we don't need it. We don't need it. Here's some more.
Well, it's been an area of real strength for Hawke's Bay across this evening's match. There's a full, fresh front row as well with Wah there on that loose head side, very experienced.
Approach. Find. Set. Steady.
And it goes again, another test for North Otago.
Now there's Joe Upper-Guitar on that right-hand side, the tight head prop from Hawke's Bay. He's the one that's been found wanting on the ground. Big rugby up ahead, Jeff.
Absolutely, the Māori All Blacks and Manu Samoa. That's coming to you Saturday from Mount Smart Stadium in Auckland, 4 o'clock kickoff. And the All Blacks Tonga tickets still available, 6:30 Saturday night, the double header. Absolutely fantastic to have international rugby back on the screens. Live and exclusive, of course, on Sky Sport. And more pressure, there's the result.
No, back here, back here.
And just struggling to compete here at set piece, the Meads Cup champions.
Yeah, not in bad. You mentioned it before. Newcastle, new front row, they come in. Just doing the business now. Hawke's Bay going to the line.
Well, Hawke's Bay will have another challenge after this from Ngāti Porou, East Coast. And then they rip into the Bunnings NPC against Taranaki. And their first challenge will be, or first defence will be against Otago in that competition.
Well, there's some more substitutions here. Logan Dunlop, Samuela Mabau, and Camion Rowland on now for North Otago.
Familiar for Hawke's Bay, and a familiar result. Another try. And it's Josh Kaifa in the number 8 jersey who gets on the score sheet.
Well, they continue to go to their strength, don't they? They've mixed it up before, a little bit out in the halfway. Now they get to the scoring zone. Beautifully set up by Gareth Evans. And they just all together drive them over. And it's a nice little wee try for the men from the Magpies.
Well, once they're in that area, they know exactly what to do, and this is really impressive. This is their first hit out. They have had a earlier hit out against Wairapa Bush, but this is their first-class match of 2021, Hawke's Bay, and just the way that they've started around their line-out drive. Think of the Bunnings Warehouse, NPC on the horizon. This team, that's where they'll be going.
Away again on the left for Lincoln McLutchie. 66 points.
Well, a special moment there. Frank Lahore, Jeff, on debut.
Of course, SBC, the grandson of the great All Black Sir Brian Lahore, the Hurricanes age group player and part of the Hawke's Bay Academy. So a couple of famous names at the ground tonight, and TREMAIN and Lahore. Well, they'd love something, wouldn't they, North Otago? Get on the board in a Ranfurly Shield game. Something a try scorer would remember forever, as Visi Nia goes for the low kick option once more. And Kinzet, chop tackle coming from Simonton. And Matthews, big contact coming on Logan Dunlop. The man out of Valley, of course, the Citizens Shield champions from last season. A few Valley players on the park tonight for North Otago. I hope you're enjoying the coverage down in the deep south. And of course, our thoughts with all of those affected by the cold, wet weather around New Zealand. Hope you're enjoying the coverage here from McLean Park. A dry night in Napier. As Dunlop gets another touch in the 17 jumper. Kinzet once more, former captain of Waitaki boys, first 15. And they've done this all night, just looking to build phase. This time they've got an advantage, North Otago, so they can chance their arm. And hitting the ball hard there is Hayden Todd. Just struggling to make inroads. Oh, big tackle coming on Samuela Babiol. And the ref continues to play this long advantage for North Otago. And just swarming up on defence, aren't they? Ollie Sapsford. And eventually he will come back. And they take it quickly. North Otago, is this their chance in broken play? Ball is backwards. And the referee will play the penalty against Namatahiwa.
That's a bit better from North Otago. They've got to free it up a bit. They're playing right into Hawke's Bay's hand by going into those close channels. Because then what they end up doing is they're slowing the ball down, but if they can just try and chance their arm, get a little bit wider, a little bit of offloading game, just try and open this up. They could get lucky. They're going to the sideline though, so they need to get this line out right.
Well, as we said,
I heard Shane Carter, the coach, Jeff, at halftime, just talking about the sense of occasion for these players. Coming in as Sky Rugby Club, Thursday, 8:30. Join Kirsty and Joey Wheeler. And then KT, Kaltanana, Rugby Nation. Sunday, 4:30, everything in the week. And Mills, bit of your show.
Hey, that does not say Mills. Join Goldie and guests on the breakdown at 8:30 p.m.
Well, one of those guests is Sir John Kerwin, JK, and of course, looking back through the Ranfurly Shield history books, JK, of course, famously scoring 8 tries against North Otago for Auckland in a Ranfurly Shield game. At the moment, Hawke's Bay 66 points to 0 in front, but they might get one here. North Otago, 5 metres out from the Magpies line. Dunlop, Logan Dunlop driven back. Gee, they'd love one, the old Golds. Todd, straight for the line, Hayden Todd. Oh, good tackle coming from Donaldson. Can they crack them? The Meads Cup champions. He's close. Kolini Soul, he's claiming the try. He wants it quickly, Jake Matthews. Naliki saw Kolini Soul was also close.
Oh, we're all egging him on, weren't we?
It's a nice set-piece move. He came around the back. He got ever so close. They're offside. Try to pick and go. Great chance now here for North Otago to get on that scoreboard. They're going to go to the line out again.
Offside.
Well, they just picked up their physicality and their tempo, haven't they? A huge run from their tight head prop. Colini Sal, the Valley tight head, just on the charge. A great sight. Now their best moment. Got to nail this line out.
Sam Sturgis and North Otago will try and do a Hawke's Bay on Hawke's Bay. They've held it up though. And there is Gareth Evans. Brilliant defensive work. And there is the turnover. Feeling, of course, Ranfurly Shield challenge. Well, there'll be a cold beer afterwards. About 17 minutes to go here at McLean Park. North Otago also close again. Not much in that, Millsy.
What goes on in those forwards, right? Bit of biff, pushing and shoving.
Game so far, right? So we don't need this.
I'm just not happy with Gareth Evans. Just his left arm just went around the neck. North Otago player at the front of that line out. He took a bit of exception to that. Gareth Evans, he's very good defensive line out player. Enjoys that part of the game. Equally as good being lifted through that line out on this occasion. He picked out that ball where they don't jump. Knew exactly where to get it.
Good up, boys. Good here. Let's go, let's go. Go, Jack.
Crouch.
Down.
Bind. Set.
Oh, dearly loved one. Can they put some pressure here on Hawke's Bay? Evans comes off. Sturgis over the ball, but still there for Donaldson.
Stop here, stop.
And McLutchie hasn't found touch, so Levi Artinga will send it in to Tuipalutu. New man on the park in the number 22 jersey.
Not on the ball. Right.
And carried forward, Babial. Ollie Sapsford trying to get over it.
Clear release first, no clear release first.
Not releasing, so Jake Matthews not interested in the posts. And they set off once more here, North Otago through Greenslade. Oh, fight for the ball there at first receiver. And it's been put down by Ollie Kinser.
Yeah, he just got eager, didn't he? Came very late into the picture, centre hole. But unfortunately, it was not going to him.
Well, a late change there. Apparently it was Jeff Wilson hosting the breakdown. Now it's you, Millsy. Is that a surprise?
I'll pay them later. Good on you guys. Thanks for that.
No, we're just hearing that Jeff Wilson is tired of working with JK. So a shake-up on the breakdown. Just joking, of course.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Hawke's Bay stable again under the feet of Gareth Evans.
Not staying straight.
And just that dominance at scrum time once more for the Magpies.
Well, we heard Shane Carter, North Otago coach, talk about the learnings and things like that, making sure they get out there and try to implement some things, because, you know, they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard. But also, the flip side, Hawke's Bay as well, they're under pressure, they've been down in their own half. They want to keep it at 0. So to keep in the game on from the mental side of things and make sure they do their own jobs and their roles is outstanding at the moment. And so they've done it very well. So they're tested as well. They're constantly learning.
Just substitution here for North Otago. Sione Fa'oso the left winger. He's been replaced by number 23, Filippo Sefulu.
The sub's still going off at the back. Sorry. Softens. Time back on.
We won't forget that hit that man made.
Yeah, no, numbers are good.
Simonson, and it goes Evans, the target. Now Donaldson. Losing it forward. The new man on the park there, Sefulu. No number on his back. Must have left it behind in North Otago. So here they come again. Hawke's Bay, Tuala, so dangerous on his feet. Danny Tuala, and just like that, Hawke's Bay cracked 70.
Yeah, do they what? There was some deep passing here once they got that turnover, wasn't it? And it just allowed Danny Tuala some space and some room to do his magic. Evans goes deep, McLutchie as well, plenty of time, left foot step, and goes through one-on-one. Great finish.
Yeah, lovely finish from Danny Tuala. Lovely ball as well, McLutchie. Out wide, this is after good work off their set piece again, getting over that advantage line. And North Otago, well, they would have used a lot of energy on attack. Only the last 7 minutes, they've been parked down the Hawke's Bay end of the field, throwing everything at it. Now they've had to turn around and defend, just not enough left.
So Danny Tuala will look to convert his own try, taking over the duties from McLutchie. Another one of these players out of that wonderful Hastings boys side from 2017. And just away again. Still have a smile on the face, the North Otago fans. And I'm sure they'll be frequenting Mills a couple of bars after this. As the restart falls there for Frank Lahore, and back with Hawke's Bay. Donaldson. And McLutchie to Tuala. Sapsford. As he said, just how dangerous he can be. All Black Sevens environment. And quick ball there for Frank Lahore in the 19 jersey. And Donaldson had a runner coming flat, but Vissi Nia will take it. Just about getting some time in the legs for this group of Hawke's Bay players ahead of Bunnings NPC. Mark Ozich will have liked plenty of what he's seen tonight, especially breaking the line like that through Mason Emerson. So much danger, so much firepower in this back line. And Vissi Nia, Sapsford come back the other way. Now, Apiko Toa, part of the Chiefs setup this year in the 18 jersey. Trying to counter at ruck-time North Otago. Therefore, Hawke's Bay once more down this left side. McLutchie thought about the inside pass, takes them on himself. Just two out, Lincoln McLutchie. And Hawke's Bay should be too strong, and they will be. Namatahiwa.
Yeah, and some nice variation too in their face play. Getting different guys in first receiver. McLutchie getting a little bit wider, getting some tip-ons from his forwards. And just sniping out a few of the bigger boys from the North Otago team. Here we go, here, back ball here, look at that. The hole opens up, shows some great strength here as well. Stay alive, and then it's just a nice, clean, quick ball. And out to in run, and over they go.
Yes, that ball there, isn't it, from Parsons? He was the key, just took a bit of speed out of his legs to just hold that ball back on that angle, and McLutchie just coming nice on that arc. And there's that finish. There, Namatahiwa just steaming onto it. coming from depth and power, and this man on the screen here, he's had a fabulous night tonight, Lincoln McLutchie.
Couple away to the left tonight for Lincoln McLutchie. Now this one, he starts it right, fades it round beautifully. So the procession continues from Hawke's Bay and approaching full time in Napier. It's 78 points to 0 over North Otago.
Funaki looking to get back into the action. Looks like the tight head, Kolini Sao. There he is. His night is done. What a good shift from this tight head as well. He lit it up and carried over that advantage line well.
Up goes Martin, and it's been lost forward from Hawke's Bay. So North Otago just searching for something. They dearly love a try in the Ranfurly Shield game. And now Blake Welsh runs in to Gareth Evans. There for Matthews. Good contact coming in from Gene Simonton. Over the ball, Parsons, he's done well there, the captain. Well, he's not just good in the air, Tom Parsons. That's what he offers around the park too, in the loose.
Yeah, and he had to come from a long way up, didn't he? Get his body height down.
Not out the call. And that's the result. So Alapati Tuipalutu out of the Kurau club sets off and flying up in defence. Danny Toala. But they go to ground through Greenslade. Having to play rugby from inside their 22 here. North Otago through Samita. Oh, Dunlop, Logan Dunlop, thought about what he was going to do before he caught it.
Yeah, he got it on his hip too, did the big man. I mean, just had a glimpse up, didn't he, for that contact.
Number 21, Owen Davey. As they empty the bench, yeah, North Otago is on for Taniela Samita.
Well, Owen Davey, one of these players that Jason Forrest picked up out of the Super Club competition in Auckland. He was a standout for Southside Rising in the Super Club comp out of the Papatoetoe Club, and smiles on the faces of the bench. Now, big occasion on the TV in a Ranfurly Shield game. And they won't win this tonight, but you can bet they'll have a few cold ones afterwards in the shed. Donaldson, another advantage and another penalty to the Magpies.
It's just good, isn't it, when you talk about that and they're still smiling off the bench, the occasion, the Ranfurly Shield and what that brings. They're well beaten, and the intensity and the level is quite obvious, and the gap is big, but you can't fault their effort because they've certainly tried to give 100% tactically. You know, Hawke's Bay have got it all over them, and they've got some power up front as well in terms of technique and that, but certainly from a North Otago point of view, they should be very proud of their effort tonight because they've certainly given it 100%.
No prizes for guessing what they might do here. Hawke's Bay, if they can win it clean, they do. Martin. And again, nice and tidy, is it? They're over, and they scored. Well, Ash Dixon is somewhere watching this game, and I'm sure he's got a big smile on his face because the way that rolling maul is operating is clockwork for the Magpies.
Yeah, brilliantly done once again. They almost lost it though. Greenslade, he got in there to try and disrupt, and it came off someone's back, but they managed to keep it under the control. Let the Magpies nice and cool and calm. Here we go. He tried to get in there. Yeah, bobbles out, and Greenslade almost got his hands on it, but it was nicely controlled some patient work.
Yeah, well, just the key is that no matter where they go in that line out, everyone has a role, everyone has a job to do wherever they are, front or back. You're a lifter, you're a jumper, you're a blocker, you've got to get on that ball, it's got to go back, and then you've got to get the legs pumping. So everyone has a job to do, and they do it so well across that line out.
I'll ask you this, BC, is he a designated try scorer as well? Is that one of the roles?
Depending what's on it.
So,
no, he's been good as well, Josh Kiefer tonight, hasn't he? Just the way he's gone about his work, just another one of these players who's been with Hawke's Bay for a good period of time now, and enjoying some good game time tonight.
couple tonight for Josh Kiefer. 3 to go at McLean Park. And they still keep coming. Owen Davey to Dunlop. They'll go again through Sturgis, the captain. Funaki. Well, they've tried their hearts out tonight, North Otago. But they've come up against a champion side, a champion outfit and Hawke's Bay. And they'll be hard again to stop this year in Bunnings NPC.
Knock on by 14 when he's lifted out and he's gone forward. Yeah.
And a couple of minutes to go. North Otago will have a set piece.
Yeah, a couple of minutes still to try and get some points. Consolation, but
Well, you think of the Heartland competition in 2020, non-existent. Under COVID-19, of course, in 2019, they're the Meads Cup champions. So this hit out for them, this team from North Otago and their fans who have travelled up. That's what they're looking forward to. It's their team going to battle in that Bunnings Heartland competition. So lucky to have it back in 2021.
Aaron Davey, huge shove coming from Hawke's Bay, massive.
Loose head, collapsing. No, back here.
Logan Dunlop wouldn't come up against front rows like that very often. And they take it quickly. Sapsford to Vissinia. He bangs it downtown. Lolangi Vissinia.
Yeah, we got him. He's about a metre outside.
And he was outside the 22, so they will have another chance, North Otago.
oh, look at this, you get that shunt on here. Oh, great timing.
It's outside if you want it.
I think Gareth Evans will be a little bit dark about that. It took a quick tap to go wide, only to have it kicked from Vissinia. Supporters, well, a couple of them still sipping. Talking away about their experience here at.
A couple of swan dries I spot there too, needed tonight. As Hawke's Bay drive through on Babial.
Use.
Donaldson
Go back.
to McLutchie. And now it's Mason Emerson again. A few touches tonight, the left winger. Try and drag him into touch as we tick down to full time.
No, stop, 22. Tap.
Not out though. And so Sefulu. In fact, it's Samita over the ball there. TUITAVUKI. Hawke's Bay win the penalty. And Gareth Evans doesn't need a second invitation. Wah gets it away to Ollie Sapsford. Dangerous on his feet. Sapsford gliding through. Easy as you like from Ollie Sapsford. Now Donaldson, they'd love another one here. Hawke's Bay, they might get it. Hayden Todd.
Yeah. Knock on and then offside.
And Vissinia takes it quickly. And Mason Emerson driven back. 85 points on the board. The Magpies want more. Donaldson. Wow, to ground once more. They lose it forward. And can they free it? North Otago. Todd. Out to the left wing here. They'll have to go almost 100 metres to score their first points of the game. But they won't stop. This side, coached by Jason Forrest, the Meads Cup champions.
No advantage from the knock-on, full time.
And they will go down 85 points to nil here. Magpies Mana in Napier. And they kick off their Ranfurly Shield defence in 2021 with an emphatic victory.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? And I think the number, as you've seen on that screen, that the coach will be most happy about is that 0. A great start to the defence of the Ranfurly Shield for Hawke's Bay in 2021.
Well, that's what it's all about. The handshakes, the camaraderie, Ranfurly Shield rugby. For some of these players, they're the biggest game they will play